There is no Coco Melon or Blue's Clues in this house. We don't call for Paw Patrol when there's trouble, nor do we ride Thomas the Tank Engine when embarking on a trip through the countryside. That moon-faced train freaks me out, honestly. And it freaks my daughter out, too. That's why the only content she takes in is the high-quality likes of Berserk and Vinland Saga. Just kidding, come on. I'm not actually that kind of parent. She's also a big Vagabond fan. Okay, I'm done. Don't worry, I'm not raising my daughter to be a weeb like me. She had a nice little Disney princess birthday and watches Home Alone like it's her job. She's got diverse taste and some pretty solid media literacy for a toddler. She's dabbled in the Pokemon anime scene with Pokemon Concierge, but really her only true glimpse into the anime world is through the works of Studio Ghibli. Now, we haven't watched everything in the Ghibli catalog. As a matter of fact, we've only actually watched 5 movies. But some of those we've watched about 47 times each. And as much as I think she'd love Grave of the Fireflies, she only gets so much screen time in a week, so we gotta make it count. We work with what we have, and unfortunately, one of these Miyazaki gems has to be at the bottom of her list, and that just so happens to be Howl's Moving Castle. I don't think she actually even made it through the full movie. The last third kind of loses her, which in fairness, it kind of loses a lot of people. Personally, I'm able to follow along with the random time travel shenanigans no problem, but I guess I just happen to have a higher attention span than a literal baby. That all goes before mentioning some of the more unsettling elements of this war-torn romantic romp. Hal's getting bombs dropped on him like it's, well, a war. There's a lot of directions I could have gone with that metaphor, but I don't want to get demonetized. The Witch of the Waste also kind of freaked her out, as did surprisingly Turnip Head. I know kids don't like vegetables, but come on, how can you fear a man with this fit? Big fan of Calcifer, at least, especially when she realized he was voiced by Billy Crystal, aka Mike Wazowski. I mean, how else would a toddler know Billy Crystal? She's not watching Yankee Spring Training clips from 2008. Spirited Away is another one-and-done Ghibli watch. Clearly we're not on the same page as the Academy, and literally every greatest animated movie of all time list. If my daughter had her way, Spirited Away would probably be a few tiers behind this Mariah Carey Christmas movie abomination. That isn't to say she didn't like it, she just preferred this holiday season slop that my mother regrettably threw on for her. Somehow, the visualization of a young girl watching her father turn into a pig didn't traumatize her as much as the VeggieTale scarecrow from Hal. Maybe on a subconscious level she already sees me as grotesque, and thus has no fear of seeing a parent turn into a disgusting animal. Or maybe she just thinks slobbering pigs are funny. She does have a stuffed pig that makes oinking sounds, and that cracks her up. Truly nobody can actually comprehend the mind of a toddler. And on the flip side of that, the mind of a toddler can't really comprehend the themes of Spirited Away. But do you know what the mind of a toddler can comprehend? Cute, giant bear creature mascot. Large cat that people can ride in. Tiny black dots that make funny faces. Ominous undertones and death flags throughout. Well, maybe not that last one, but Totoro ticks a lot of toddler boxes. And that goes without mentioning how much my daughter loves the theme song. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. I'm happy as can be. Well, not really, but my daughter is happy at least, and that's really all that matters. Having said that, the first time we watched it, she was pretty cross, because it takes like 35 minutes before Totoro even shows up. I get it. I don't see my neighbors either the second I wake up in the morning, but this movie is sold with the bear kaiju neighbor playing a pivotal role. Reality is, Totoro's barely in the movie, if he even exists at all. Now here's something that there is no doubt about. My favorite Ghibli movie, and quite possibly my favorite movie in general, is Kiki's Delivery Service. That high praise is good enough for my daughter to put it into second place. It almost feels like a courtesy, honestly. Hey Dada, I see this movie you're incredibly passionate about and filled with admiration for. I'll give it 3.5 stars. Yeah, well you pee the bed. Kiki really is a perfect movie for a little one. You've got a talking cat voiced by Phil Hartman. You've got Brad Garrett grunting away as the bread dude. You've got a young girl struggling with existential dread well beyond her years. These are things kids need to be exposed to at a young age. Brad Garrett and existential dread. I watched Everybody Loves Raymond as a kid, so I got my dose of those two things plenty, and I turned out... maybe your kid shouldn't watch Kiki. Okay, here's what they should really watch. It's Ponyo. I mean, what else would it be? It's colorful, cute, and full of whimsy. It's The Little Mermaid if The Little Mermaid was actually a good movie. Instead of the atrocious squid monster, we get Mommy C. Hell yeah, Ponyo rocks. You know what kids love? Ponyo-themed trap remix. We get it in the end credits. It slaps. I can't believe Ponyo and Sosuke are voiced by the B-tier Miley Cyrus and like the 7th Jonas brother. These two are stars. C-stars. My daughter has loved Ponyo from day one. It was the first movie she ever actually sat through and watched. Okay, it wasn't actually day one. She wasn't fresh out the womb singing the Ponyo theme. That would be poor parenting. But she fell in love with it pretty early on, and even today, she still sleeps with her little stuffed Ponyo. The fish version, not the human version. Seeing her tiny Ponyo doll fills me with nostalgia and joy for a time I'm still living in. And to think all of that could come from a movie where Liam Neeson hooks up with the literal ocean. Life comes at you fast. You know what else comes at you fast? More S-Class anime content, as long as you subscribe.